Bw'onyomera sula mu nju ya kanyomonyomo bwe ndikuta ndikwata mulala kanyomonyomo bw'onyomera sula mu nju ya kanyomonyomo bwe ndikuta ndikwata mulala kanyomonyomo bw'onyomera sula mu nju kanyomonyomo bwe ndikuta ndikwata.
40 years ago, Uganda was home to a large Asian community. Hindus, Muslims and Sikhs called it paradise. But the peace and tranquility that existed for generations was to be short-lived due to the actions of one man, Idi Amin.
Asians have kept themselves apart as a closed community and have refused to integrate with Ugandan Africans.
In 1972, he ordered Asians to leave the country. They were given just 90 days to flee.
Their main interest has been to exploit the economy of Uganda Africans. They have been milking the economy of the country.
Bukar News travelled to Uganda with businessman Khalid Sheikh, who was from Leicester. Khalid was born here. His family left when he was 14, but he returns regularly to visit his mother's grave.
It's the very reason why I came back 25 years ago. And I've always been coming back. And I remembered exactly from my childhood, exactly where the grave was. When I came back, it was like a jungle. But at the first walk, I found the exact spot.
Uganda is known as the Pearl of Africa. It's renowned for its natural beauty and wildlife. In the 60s, Kampala was teeming with Asian businesses. But when Idi Amin ordered them to leave, the economy was hit hard. The capital turned into a ghost town. 40 years ago, Khartoum Huda owned a boutique. She now runs a furniture store. Khartoum and her family also left in the 70s. When she returned, she was amazed how much it had changed.
It was a disaster. You see, it was when I came back in 1989. We could see all the roads were full of garbage, potholes, dilapidated houses and, all those things. There was nothing like that. You couldn't go in the town. You couldn't go in, there was no any restaurants.
As the economy began to suffer, the current president, Yoweri Museveni, tried to woo Asians back. He appealed to them to return and reclaim their properties. That appeal has been repeated several times, and the president's brother says Uganda has much to learn from those who were exiled in 1972.
Indian people are very, very enterprising. Like the Mr. Khalid Sheikh, the one you are accompanying around this time. He left with nothing, created what he has created in UK, and that's what we need here right now.
Khalid Sheikh has years of experience as chairman of a packaging firm in Leicester, but he's keen to do whatever he can to help local Ugandans.
One of the reasons why I'm here is because my roots are here, and I obviously want to be on the front line to be promoting Uganda in the most positive manner and to give a correct image of Uganda.
The Madvani Group is one of the biggest companies in Uganda and is the leading producer of sugar. More than 10,000 people are employed by the firm, which has investments all over the world. Their business started here almost 100 years ago. They were just as successful then. When Amin banished Asians from the country of their birth, Mayu Madvani's entire family fled within weeks. When they came back years later, their sugarcane plantations were in a sorry state, but they persevered and haven't looked back.
Anyone who comes here will find tremendous opportunities, particularly in agriculture. I mean, this is a land of abundance of agricultural products that can be grown here. You have land, you have the most beautiful climate. And remember, we're on the equator, and yet we're at about 3,000 meters elevation. So you have what you call a utopia as far as the climate is concerned. And I think in years to come, you'll find this is one of the bread baskets of the world, Uganda.
Rishi Taylor's family moved to Grantham in Lincolnshire from Uganda. He studied at Leicester University, but he visited the East African country as often as he could during the holidays. He lives in Uganda permanently and is now involved in a number of businesses, from selling tyres to real estate.
What I like about Uganda is, first of all, the climate. People are friendly. You can talk to somebody. You know, you can go up to somebody and just say, hi, how are you? And he will respect you, come back to you. I miss my friends, I miss my family, I miss my university friends. But as I said, home is home, you have to come back. I do go every once in 6 months. I go see all my friends, go see my family. My uncles are there, my aunties are there. And we have a family reunion every couple of months. So, and they come down as well. So it's actually, you know, we're still very close, but very far.
Other businessmen and women have made Uganda their permanent home too. Sudhir Ruparelia employs more than 6,000 people, and his business interests are varied, from hotels and banks to rose farms and property development. Like many others, he was born in Uganda but returned to take advantage of the improvements in political stability.
40 years is a long time, and Africa is one place. It's if you have a good idea and you have funding and you have your family can release you to come and invest, it's certainly a good place to be. You know, it's a third world country, so the opportunity in a third world country is far better than now. You know, you can see what's going through in Europe now. Practically every European country except Germany is bankrupt.
So the future looks bright, but how do local Ugandans feel about Asians coming back to reclaim their properties?
When they came back, they took back their businesses. They made factories and industries. They have created employment for many people. They are almost in every businesses, and most locals, they learned how to do business from them once again. So the business has sprung up from the locals after learning from the Asians who came back. I think we're doing well.
Ugandans are happy because when they came back, the buildings were all in a sorry state. But when they came back, they started repairing, people got jobs and what have you. I think maybe Ugandans are happy.
But almost half a century ago, no one would have thought they would be expelled from their home. So could it happen all over again?
At the moment, while I'm standing, you are standing, I'm 100% confident that you are safe. But I cannot guarantee of tomorrow. Even the president can say, hey, our future is bright, our country is safe. Anybody can say we are safe. But who knows tomorrow?
There are countless people who have started new lives in this lush, fertile land. And although many have returned to restart old businesses and venture into new fields, for the vast majority of Asians who've left, Uganda will be the place they simply visit. It will never be their permanent home.